Okay, y'all, I got the bottom radiator hose in. We're using flex hoses on this thing. I got the transmission cooler in. I put it on the inside. A lot of people put it on the outside out here. I didn't want to do that. The reason I didn't want to do that, I'm going to eventually have an air conditioner compressor out here, so I didn't want it on this side. I got plenty of room on this side, so we put it over there. That's a 10,000 pound transmission cooler. This truck ain't never gonna pull no weight, so it don't really matter, but that's what I got in it. I put on there, got it done. So I got that. I'm waiting on the top radiator hose. I did buy this one. This one fits. You know, they say if it fits, it ships, but it's just a little short. So I got one that's 4 inches longer coming. There's these flex hoses. The reason I got these flex hoses is because that motor didn't come in any of these Chevrolets, so I had to get something that would work. So I got a flex hose. This top one is a 1 3/4 inch by 18 3/4, and it does not work. It needs to be longer than that. The bottom one was 1 3/4 inch. That's the bottom hose. The 19, it worked. It was a little long, believe it or not. I could have used a little bit shorter. I do have a gallon of antifreeze in it, or a gallon and a half of antifreeze in it, already put in there, so that should be good. But we're starting to button it up here. We got to get it where I can tune this motor. I ain't been able to tune this motor because I can't run it. I don't have exhaust manifolds on it. I can't take it. I mean, I've got exhaust manifolds. I don't have exhaust pipes on it. I can't put exhaust pipes on it yet because I can't get it to pull into the exhaust shop, and they don't want to work on one unless they can drive it in. So I've got to do a little something with these spark plug wires here, get them off of these manifolds. It's gonna have to be something like that. Where they don't touch the manifolds, they touch the manifolds, they're just gonna burn up, they'll cook. So you got to keep them off the manifolds. Here's my wires. That big wire comes over here and goes out. I'm probably going to, I don't know yet. I might splice that wire. I might come all the way back over here and run a new wire over there. Basically on the old school, the alternator was on this side. So this motor switched to the other side. I can't turn that bracket around. I guess I could. I could re-bend this, flatten that out, and spin it around and put it on this bolt hole. But the belt and haul is designed for that side. I guess I could move it to this side, but it's probably not worth it. And then I got to get a bigger battery line and yada, 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 yada. I did put a new fuel filter on it because last time I started it, that fuel filter was leaking. I am going to address the throttle cable. We got to shorten that throttle cable. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I do not know. I have no clue, but I'm going to figure it out. So I got to make that throttle cable shorter so it don't come up. See where it comes up and wraps and goes back inside. It's putting a bind on it. It's not letting it pull all the way. I got to figure that out. Got to get it fixed. Also, I got to get that gas pedal on the side welded on. So I'm doing just a little piddly stuff and just chugging along, keep going. I am selling a few of my extra parts. I sold the hood, I sold a tailgate, I got them doors up for sale. I got that tailgate up for sale. I'm probably gonna put that grill up for sale. I don't know yet. I got a couple good inner fenders there I'm gonna keep. I got a couple more inner fenders I'm not sure yet. I've got to get the hood hinges on this one, get them wrapped up. Got to get the hinges on them. You know, just little stuff, just constant little stuff I got to do. So these projects are, they're like 100 little steps to do. Like that plug there in the firewall needs to be done right there. So just little tiny stuff that you got to constantly do and stay on top of to get it right. But we'll we'll get back to you when we get a little farther. We're gonna have to change that damn heater box out. You see where it's all rotted out? It's got to come out of there. But we're gonna put a vintage air in this thing, so it probably won't even have that heater box in it. So we got to figure all that out. I got a rotted off windshield wiper arm up there. I got to figure out how to replace it. But just a bunch of little stuff you got to do. But we did get the front end on it. I don't know if I said that already. Got the front end on it. Got the lines pretty close. It's a little gappy down there at the bottom, but the rest of it's good. It's good on the other side also. We'll go around there and look at it. Yeah, that hook's gonna kind of be in the way. But there you go, that line. There's that line. Not perfect, but for a 60-year-old truck, pretty good. Okay, y'all, we got this one here. It's 1018 24 1018. You look over here, 24 1018 is right there at the bottom. It says full-size motorhomes or fifth wheels towing over 10,000 pounds. So 1018 is a 3/4 by 10 by 15 and 7/8. 3/8 push on it. So that's what we got. If anybody was wondering, there it is. And that's what we put on it. So figured I'd slide this in there. I forgot to put it in there when I did it. So there you go. Getting there. Burning off the exhaust manifold. You know, you get them filthy when you're working on them. You got to burn them off. I got to get some zip ties and get that stuff. Get them. Get the. I'm a little hot. Get them spark plug wires off of them exhaust manifold. Spark plug wires sitting on them exhaust manifolds, it'll cost you $50–$75 every time. You're burning them exhaust wires, you're burning them spark plug wires. Burn them spark plug wires up, you know. You get a skip. You gotta replace the wires. I'm gonna zip tie all these together, back over out of the way. I might even have to, you know, get something to pull them over with. But anyway, that's that part of it. Got it running. I put a new fuel filter on it. I put a new radiator, not a radiator, transmission cooler in it. I did put 6 quarts of transmission fluid in it, so I got that in there. I got antifreeze in it. The brakes are pumped up on it. Brakes seem to work. I'm gonna move my truck, that truck. I'm gonna turn that forklift around, put it out there. So I'm gonna try to pull it down in gear here and see if it'll move. If it does, I'll have the forklift out there to stop me if I go to run into something. But first I gotta clean up my mess here. I got a big old mess I gotta clean up so we can get this thing to move, see if it'll move. I do not know if that transmission's any good. I've never had it pulled in gear. So I'll, I mean, with it running. the choke is set too high. The choke is staying closed all the time. So I had to stick a screwdriver in there to open the choke up because it wants to flood it out. So I've got to adjust this. That just basically adjusts the choke there. So you got to get it adjusted right. I've got to make me a new throttle cable. I don't like that throttle cable. It can be used, but I don't like it. I had some bad gas in there. I got it ran out, it looks like. I got to get my alternator still hooked up. Just little stuff. Just keep working at the little stuff and you'll get it. But you got to keep working at it. Keep working and working and working. I'm gonna go try to find me a fitting for that right now. Well, no, I ain't. I'm gonna stand here and wait till this truck cools off a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go try to find a fitting. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go over here and start it up and see if it'll move. I don't know if it will or won't. It is going to move, but I'm sure it's low on transmission fluid. Y'all, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, film, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.